So this is Drama Queen, and the video is titled, "Oh my god, you people can't do anything." Let me see. Let's see what this is about.
You people can't do anything. I fear that's the whole point of a disability. I'm laying in bed for just a jiff the other day. I'm quite overcome with the anxieties of being
Her lipstick is annoying me. There's just a little bit on her left bottom side. Ooh, in the process of making yourself breakfast. Nice. I assume you just make breakfast for everyone else.
so far ahead in the future in my mind that 30 minutes turns into a couple of hours. Then it dawns upon me that it is now dusk and I shall get up and feed myself and the cats. Meow, they say, as they are looking up at me, wondering why I haven't got out of bed yet. That was the exact moment that I came across something that spiked my cortisol levels, I'll say. A tick
Stormy and Cream Puff meow at me if I don't feed them. When you're agoraphobic and your safety person walks away from the cart. Oh shit.
TikTok user shares that they're agoraphobic and that feeling they get when they're
and you chose a Costco for exposure therapy? That is a Costco. There's like hundreds of people there at a time.
Safe person walks away from them. Fair enough, I say. That's the thing with agoraphobia. It is very anxiety inducing to be far away from what you deem as a safe and comfortable space, which for most people, if not everyone who has agoraphobia, is their house. When you're out of the house, far away from your deemed safe and comfort space, having a safe person there with
my panic disorder when I need to leave the house, but my safe person isn't there to drive me.
with you readily available to help you in a moment's notice if, universe forbid, anything is to happen, such as panic attacks.
I fucking hate panic attacks.
To the part that really raised my cortisol levels, if I do say so myself. Can you people do anything? Can you people maybe just afford a little crumb of empathy?
Fuck, I was just talking about this earlier. Not going out, but like picking up things around my room and doing chores. Yes, I did the dishes, right? But that's because I put a timer on it. If I time myself, then I go faster. And I don't know why. But as long as it's get done. But yesterday I tried to, pick up some of my clothes and I popped my back. Yeah, it was not fun. And when I leave the house, I have to use a cane. Are we talking about like mental disabilities here or physical? Because I have both.
Or is everyone's brains rotted from the hate-filled?
I hate a motherfucker that uses depression as an excuse to be lazy. Like, huh? We all have shut the fuck up and get to work. So I've used my victim culture in the past. Okay, there's a point to this. A little bit of a point. Sometimes depression sucks. It sucks the life out of you, literally. And you can't do anything. But then there's also people with depression that go to work even though they're suffering. And there's some people who use the victim card so much that all they are is a victim. They use it as a way to hurt people or excuse their bad behavior. At this point, no, not really, because depression is an excuse to be lazy. It's depression. It's one of the worst things I think a human can experience.
propaganda on social media. I mean, please. It is one thing to not understand how a mental illness operates. It can especially be hard when you yourself have never had to deal with anything close to that, nor do you know anybody else who's had to deal with that sort of stuff either. Coming from somebody who has had severe anxiety for pretty much my entire life, you guys already know this if you are a seasoned member of Yappersville. A couple of years ago, it almost developed into something like that, and that was
Agoraphobia.
really scary to go through. It was very scary to feel so disassociated and out of my body anytime I left the house because traumatic things.
Sama, I've only ever had a few panic attacks and it's from work stress. Ooh, I felt that. I cried when I was 15. I had my first job at a movie theater, and I cried when someone yelled at me. It was the worst. Having to do so much so fast all at once because no one else is doing anything. Yeah, that fucking sucks. Ugh. I understand some people are there just for a paycheck, but shit still needs to get done.
Happened to me, and
Thank
therefore
you
I
for the
was like,
hugs.
okay, these traumatic things are going to keep happening to me every time I go outside the house. My brain
So
was
I won't go outside the
associating
house.
these things with being outside, and so I would have panic attacks whenever I left the house. There are still days where it attacks me out of nowhere, and there's nothing I can do to really control that. But I really am at my wits' end with social media and just the utter lack of empathy, the utter lack of care for one another that we see. Now, you may be.
Let's see. Demon, I had a few mental breakdowns from work stress. Oh, yeah, I would assume so, because you run your own 24-hour bakery. That has got to be stressful running your own business on top of it being 24 hours and having kids. I couldn't do it, man.
Somebody who doesn't really care about the saying, well, OMG, you people can't do anything. Can you people do anything? A lot of the willful ignorance and just the blatant insensitivity that we see surrounding viewing people's unfortunate reality when it does come to mental disorders, mental illnesses, disabilities. I think a part of that can be attributed to one single tweet. Now, I'm not going to blame this person who tweeted this because, to
See.
be quite
Ah.
honest, what they.
Okay, what was I say? People have always been unempathetic towards this kind of stuff, but the whole "oh my god, you can't people can't do anything," saying pop arts is making fun of mental illnesses, disorders, disabilities comfortably again, but maybe that's just me.
Were quote tweeting was a little ridiculous, admittedly. And I really don't think the original poster of this quote tweet is responsible for what comes after that because you can't control everybody's actions. Regardless of.
I work 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. That can't be possible. You have to sleep, and then you have your kids and your husband. Demon, please tell me you're getting enough sleep, that you're doing okay.
This tweet existing or not, people were always going to have very little empathy for the quirky, weird people who struggle with the really weird and quirky shit in life. And I think that people took a very simple, funny tweet and ran all the way to the ends of the
Oh
earth
no.
with it. We don't talk enough about how stressful Halloween costumes are for the ADHD community. Bit of a silly
What?
tweet. You are absolutely not required to dress up for Halloween if that is something you wish you don't want to participate in. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. Simply just don't dress up if you don't want to. I don't know, just a hunch, but when I saw this tweet at the time, I was like, she isn't being serious. Like, this is very clearly a joke. And then, of course, comes the infamous quote tweet, OMG, you people can't do anything. And there starts a movement.
Okay, the impact that the "oh my god, you people can't do anything" tweet had on my life needs to be studied. Put this on my school computer for motivation. Jesus Christ. I sleep 2 hours a day, but only the other 2 hours. Demon, you're gonna die of a heart attack, or stress, or a stroke. You need to take care of yourself better.
Of people having attributed them
The two
getting
are
up
for
and
my
doing
husband and
something
kids.
about their
Okay.
ADHD to this very
Okay.
tweet. What's rather
I think it's noble of you, sacrifice your time for your husband and kids, but I still believe you need more sleep and maybe less hours at the bakery.
interesting about the origins of this tweet is that the original tweet was actually a joke. The original poster comes forward earlier this year and writes, "What lives rent-free in your mind? Probably that time I couldn't muster the executive functioning required for a Halloween costume, so I tweeted a joke."
Executive functioning refers to mental processes that help you set and carry out goals. Use these skills to solve problems, make plans, and manage emotions. Research suggests strong executive functioning skills make a difference in your mental and physical health and quality of life. Poor skills affect your ability to do well in school, find and keep a job, or have strong social connections.
Making fun of myself about it, and the entire internet took it seriously and dragged me forever until the end of time, but especially every October. As far as I'm aware, I don't have ADHD, and even I can say that
Heart attack already had one. Demon. Demon. My man. Please. Go to a doctor. Reduce your stress. I'll exercise. Eat healthier. Stop drinking monsters. On Wednesday, I'm on holiday for 3 weeks. Yes, you're getting a vacation. Thank you, Demon. Yay. You deserve it.
when Halloween rolls around, I'm kind of crippled by choice. You would think that with Halloween being my favorite holiday of the year, that I know what I want to dress up as and all that sort of shit. I don't know why, but for the past 5 or 6 years consecutively, I can't do it. I can't do it. For some reason, the entire month of October, I'm just fucking spiraling about it, and then I don't even bother dressing.
October is my peak month of productivity. It's spooky month. It is my month. I love October. I love October so much. And then December hits and I hate it. You know how some people will have like seasonal depression where it's when since it's darker and colder, they go more into a depressive state? I'm the opposite. When it's summer, I go in a depressive state. Maybe it's because I just live in Arizona and I don't go out much because it's too hot. Or there's this thing called reversal, uh, what is it? Reversal seasonal depression syndrome, where you feel depressed in the summer but not in the winter or fall. I don't know why I feel depressed more in the summer. Bitch, I've been having such a hard time these past few months. I hate it here. My husband's making me take 3 weeks off to go to Cuba for a wedding. Oh. I wonder if Cuban weddings are any different than what we expect in like America, or in your case, Amsterdam.
Up at all because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That's
In other
my
words,
bad.
it's stressful. I don't know why. Nobody's forcing me to dress up. It's just my mind constantly playing games with me. A lot of people with ADHD struggle with this thing called executive dysfunction. This is something that is defined as an inability to kind of focus, remember things, and being unable to multitask. There's really so much that goes into it. It's not really knowing how to manage time efficiently. It's constantly forgetting things, even if someone's
Oh,
like, hey, can you take out the trash? And you're like, yep, I'll take out the trash. And then it's 6 p.m. and you still haven't taken it out. And for those who are unaware, ADHD is also classified as a disability. So even
In
if this
Australia?
person made a joke tweet, it's not entirely unreasonable.
Cuban weddings last a week. Oh. I never understood that. I think I'd be tired after one day of all wedding shenanigans. Damn.
Reasonable that a disability sort of disables you from doing certain things. And depending on
I get it. It's about ADHD and shit, but I thought we were talking about like physical disabilities.
the severity of one's ADHD, it can absolutely get in the way of various different things in life.
Damn it, I didn't get to read it. When my ADHD makes it hard to do something, so I want to communicate that to someone, but if I say that, I'll sound like that, oh my god, you people can't do anything to me. But if I don't explain, I'll just look stupid and slow.
Things in life. So when people say to you, OMG, can you people do anything? Yes, but also no. With a topic like this, it is obviously very nuanced, right? Because you've certainly met people in life who makes every excuse under the sun as to why they cannot complete this task or
I just realized that in the last video, I kept saying, there's continuity. But that's not the word I was looking for. I was using continuity wrong when I was looking for this word. Use this one.
why they cannot complete this task or why they can't do this, that, and the other. And it's always because of their ADHD excuse under the sun as to why they cannot complete this task or why they can't do this, that, and the other. And it's always because of their ADHD or their anxiety or something like that, right? And I can most certainly speak on this with such confidence.
I can't find it.
It is obviously very nuanced, right?
Nuance. Yes. I meant to use the word nuance instead of continuity. Oh, I'm so stupid. I just said continuity for an hour. I'm a fucking idiot.
You've certainly met people in life who makes every excuse under the sun as to why they cannot complete this task or why they can't do this, that, and the other. And it's always because of their ADHD or their anxiety or something like that, right? And I can most certainly speak on this with such confidence because I used to be one of those people. I'm gonna dangle myself in front of you guys like a fucking carrot. I am going to, be accountable in that I used.
Oh man, I know that feeling all too well, so I'm going to get anxious to even get up to do something, and it's weird because there's nothing to be anxious about, you know? I know this when I'm talking to myself too much in my head, I'm proud, but I don't know what to do when I'm also anxious, feeling like I'm gonna vomit.
To make every excuse under the sun as to why I couldn't do something because of my anxiety, because of my panic disorder, and all these sorts of things. And yes, whilst they can most certainly explain why you behave a certain way or maybe why you can't do something that day, I do believe that for some people, they use it as an excuse as to why they can't do anything. And that's the thing, is that it's an incredibly nuanced topic because these things can prevent you from being able to do normal life things that people who don't have this sort of shit otherwise could complete normally, could do normally. At one point in my life, it was certainly not healthy for me to be essentially making my mental illnesses my personality, and it really limited me in life.
Exactly.
I would constantly say no to hangouts with friends, and most of them don't even message me anymore to hang out because you know why? I always said, no, I can't. I'm anxious. I'm depressed, blah, blah, blah. And it prevented a lot of progress. It is raining really hard outside. So if you guys can hear that, I'm sorry. Like my roof is tin. I'm not even joking you, like it is literal tin material. I wanted to progress from being a depressive fart to, I don't know, more of a smiley shot, if you will. A lot of people talk about shame-based motivation being something that helps them quite a great deal with struggling to hold themselves accountable. To address the obvious, being physically disabled is totally different. You can't exactly motivate yourself to.
Thank you. My fucking back popped. It hurts a lot. So I'm sitting in a weird way in my chair, so it takes pressure off my spine. But no one can tell because I'm a VTuber.
Get up and go for a walk because you don't got any fucking legs. When it comes to these more mental issues, whether they be illnesses, disorders, or disabilities, there is actually a very wide population of people who truly do believe that those who do struggle with these kinds of issues are constantly using it as an excuse to do nothing. But it does get to a point when this phrase is being used by people who are openly ableist and ignorant.
Loki, the "you people can't do anything" tweet has caused irreparable damage to the neurodivergent community because, oh my god, how are you guys using that for motivation? Someone had it printed out on their wall. They're like, it's the only thing that motivates me. I'm sorry, do we have a different type of disorder? What are you talking about? It's the only thing that motivates you. Shame-based motivation is not the best motivator, like, by far. In its original context, the tweet's kind of funny, yes, in the context of picking a Halloween costume, but people will put it in the comment sections of people who are genuinely struggling. Like, they're being vulnerable on the internet and expressing that, yes, they know they're struggling with things that seem simple to other people, but they're genuinely struggling. And someone puts in the comments, oh my god, you people can't do anything. Oh my god, I know, no shit, I know I can't do anything. What? I don't understand why this tweet prevails in the most inappropriate circumstances. Does that make sense?
No, because
That's what I'm saying. Because right now, I am raw dogging my mental health. I don't have any medicine or therapy. I lost insurance. I do not have health insurance. That's my problem. I had depression and anxiety. My anxiety has gotten better somewhat. My depression, somewhat as well. But I still struggle with doing basic things. I literally made a whole TikTok about it. After this video, I will show you what exactly I mean when I say I struggle. I'm gonna blast myself on the internet.
because that does make so much sense. It's one thing seeing people not being able to think for themselves and they need fucking AI chatbots like ChatGPT to form a decision, something that they should be able to form on their own. Like, of course, you can have people to point you in the right direction and get advice from people, but from an AI chatbot, something that always gets shit wrong. When it comes to people who opt in to not doing anything, oh well, I don't know how to do anything without the presence of ChatGPT. I can't draw, I'm not going to learn, so I'm gonna use generative AI.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to draw, and I don't really want to draw, but I have to make thumbnails. But I'm not drawing, I'm just editing. I'm editing photos onto fucking Canva or whatever, but I don't use AI. Jesus Christ. I hate making thumbnails though. It's the worst.
And it's like when we see those sorts of people, I totally see why someone would just say, like, can you people genuinely do anything? I actually saw a really funny tweet the other day addressing just that. Oh, cute earrings.
What the
No!
fuck?
Idea. AI earrings that whisper to you and help you make decisions.
No.
If you can't decide between cutting your arm off or not cutting your arm off, and you need an
My wedding lasted a week and a half? I couldn't imagine. How long was the honeymoon then? If the wedding is like a week and a half, does that mean like the honeymoon is a month or two?
AI bot to help you choose between one of those options, I fear you're a fucking idiot. Big stinking idiot. And look, I think everybody's been there and done dumb shit, right? We've all possessed a level of dumb arsery in our past. However, it's not quite the same with people who talk to ChatGPT on a regular basis, needing it to make any decision.
I have to use ChatGPT now in my schoolwork. Listen, it's because the teacher says so. Not because I want to. Not because I wanted to. It's basically you had to use AI in your final project and see how it helped you and what you learned from the experience and da 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 da. Yes, I had to use AI for a final project in my reading class. Oh, just going down the hill now. You know what I mean?
I saw this one story one time. Someone was like, there was a strange liquid on my countertop, and I asked ChatGPT what it could be. I sent it
Water?
a photo, and I'm thinking to myself, you could smell it, you could touch it. Like, I don't know, there's so many things that you could do before, like, asking ChatGPT. It's not in your house. It doesn't fucking know. You know who's in your house and who could know? You can't. You! Smell it! And it ended up being cat piss. And it's like, how the fuck was ChatGPT gonna know that? Someone
How the fuck can you not smell cat piss? I know what cat piss smells like. I have 5 cats. Cat piss has a very particular smell, and it's very, very gross. Honeymoon lasted 3 days. Oh. Wow, okay.
quote tweets this saying, OMG, you people can't do anything, which is literal. They don't even have an excuse. Yet you'll see somebody who is clearly struggling with a mental illness or a mental disability, and all of a sudden, just because you don't deal with it, you're normal, you're fine, it means that there aren't other people out there who are unable to do things that
Cat pee smells like ammonia. It's so gross. I hate it. My cat was sick for a little bit, and she would just pee in the corner of my bathroom every single fucking day. Ugh. I had to clean that shit so much. So much.
normal, regular, okay people in the head can do. And I just hate that. And I heavily sympathize with people who do have ADHD because I have loved ones who have ADHD and I see it just destroys them. It really fucking does. And it's really hard for them to try and exist in a world.
Okay, let's see. People joke about ADHD a lot, but they've never laid in bed for hours every night of their life trying to sleep while your brain won't stop talking to you about every single thing that's ever upset you simultaneously.
That doesn't really take them all that serious. And it's unfortunate, you know, because it does sound like an excuse, but with mental disorders, illnesses, disabilities, sometimes you are genuinely not in fucking control.
Yes?
What you doing?
Streaming? What's up?
See what you do.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think
No, that's it.
actually Stormy was here earlier. She likes to lay on cream puffs.
Let's go in the
Oh,
cabinet.
there she is.
Storm's in the cabinet.
Storm's in the cabinet.
Maybe Stormy.
Love you, Stormy. She's just down here.
Yeah, I see her.
Stuff butt.
Let's walk in.
That's why I have dogs. They tell you when they need out. No, my cats are all potty trained, but she was sick. That's the problem. That was my dad right now. He was just checking on me.
They are the ones that are in the driving seat.
Like, it's the same shit you've been hearing your whole life. And it's tied to some of the worst moments of your life. If you have autism or ADHD, the feeling like, oh my god, I want to do something, but I can't. And someone rubbing it in your face. Oh, yep, that's exactly what I needed. I feel great now. Let's get on with my day. You solved all of my problems. Can we stop? Please, can we let this tweet die? And everybody's like, it's not that big of a deal. Oh my god, when did I ever say it was that big of a deal? It's called a discussion. It's called a discussion. And this tweet is laden with ableism, especially in the way that people use it. the context in which people are using it is very inappropriate.
People just can't fathom having a conversation nor discussion and it not being tied to this massive, grandiose, big fucking deal. Bear with me here, okay? But I think it's almost giving pick me in regards
Pick
to the
me to
people who are
being
like,
this.
I don't know why you are
What?
so upset over the tweet
Ow.
itself. It's really not that bad. It helps me get out of bed every day. Like, I use it as motivation. I printed it out on my fucking wall and I just love it. I have
How
the
the
shirt of
fuck
it.
did
I
you
have the
do that?
fucking mug. I have hat that say, OMG, you people can't do anything. It doesn't help other people. What can you not understand about that? Something that happens quite a great deal these days, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this or not, but take anxiety, for example, right? Someone will have anxiety and they believe that they are the only spokesperson on that. What they go through is only
When someone says my anxiety was so bad as a kid that I couldn't order food at a restaurant, and I respond with, that sucks, I'm so sorry you had to go through that as a child, instead of immediately invalidating their feelings just because they didn't have it as bad as I did, because why would I want to do that? I had like really bad anxiety where I would shake when I would talk to people. It didn't matter who it was. It was like classmates, teachers, friends, strangers, whatever. It's mostly only wasn't around my family. But I had like my therapist told me you should join dance so that you can work on your anxiety. I was like, okay. So I signed up for dance, right? And guess what happened in dance class? I hurt myself. I hurt myself so bad by falling on the floor right on my back, where I got a herniated disc and sciatica. The reason that I am crippled now is because of dance. Yeah, sure, I got most over my anxiety, but now I'm crippled. Physically.
valid. They can't fathom other people suffering more, struggling more, having it worse than them. These things are so complex. It reminds me of those kinds of people who are like, well, I've had depression before. I've struggled with depression before, but I've never struggled getting into the shower, or I've never had any hygiene issues, so I don't.
One time, I didn't take a shower for 3 weeks. That's how bad that depression was. That depressive episode almost ruined me. Like, you know, you can't see my hands, but you know that sound that I'm making? I'm making a sound when I'm putting my hand across my neck.
Understand why people with depression struggle with it so much, and it's like, yeah, because there's levels to that shit, right? There are layers there are some people who don't have it as bad as other people, and that's not invalidating what you are going through. It is just saying that it's sort of like, I wouldn't say a spectrum, because for some reason I'm just not really a big fan of that word. It's just different for everybody. Not everybody is going through the exact same thing just because you share a diagnosis. Some people are high functioning, some people are low functioning. How the fuck have we forgotten that? And you know what? Don't burn the witch.
The longest I went without showering was 9 days. Yeah. God, I hate depression.
But I'm just saying, this phrase is incredibly overused and is always used at the most inappropriate of situations. Some people genuinely can't do fucking anything when they're in the thick of it. Not able to get my license, not able to get a job, not able to grow up, all because of some silly anxiety disorder. I feel for this girl, I really do. Having these sorts of issues in life is just it's so hard to deal with because most people around you are like, just get the fuck up and do it. Why can't you do it? There's something wrong with you. You're broken. You're damaged goods. Like, that's how people treat you when you have these sorts of issues. And it's really sad, honestly, because if you've had the fortunate experience, you know, going through life without having any of these sort of mental illnesses, disorders, or disabilities, and you're just SpongeBob personified, I get why it would potentially be a little bit hard to understand why people in these sorts of circumstances couldn't do anything. I hope this girl realizes that she's not as alone as she thinks. I am 24, and as much as people think that I've got all my shit together, I don't have my license still. Funnily enough, not.
You don't have your license? Okay, listen, my anxiety is not that bad. I got my license when I was 18, and I've been driving since I've been 15.
So funny because it was not funny whatsoever. I had a mental breakdown about just that. I was like,
About
I
driving?
feel so fucking useless sometimes because I let anxiety just get in the fucking way of everything, even with driving, even with something that is very important for me to do. You know, I'm 25 this year and I'm tired of being bullied about it. I'm tired of constantly fucking hearing shit about it. Like, oh, Caitlin, you can't drive. You can't drive yourself yet. Dude, do you really think that I want to be relying on other people? I quite literally never ask people to drive me anywhere because I hate it. It feels
Then where the
so shameful.
fuck-
I feel useless as fuck. Having these issues is so debilitating because everyone around you.
I forgot to mention, I've booked lessons in for next month. Oh, that's good. The reason I had spine surgery. Ah. Hold on, my knee's cramping up. I gotta put it down. You had spine surgery? God damn.
Was like, why do you have that anxiety? Like, they treat it like it's a little bit of butterflies or a little bit of normal nervousness, you know, like, oh, you know, I'm a little nervous to get into a car and be on the road in a vehicle. Like, no, I have frequent nightmares about being the driver of a car and crashing the fucking car. And I think I just got to a point where I'm so fucking tired of being ashamed of things that I couldn't control. I couldn't control the severity of my anxiety. I hate when people think that they are like, oh my, it's literal hypocrite right here. I hate when people think that they are useless, and I just think I'm useless. Yeah, okay, sure. This generation is full of victims. And then he makes another comment saying the issue is the nose ring. Oh no, I
Calling
have
her a
nose rings
liberal.
too. Shit. Something that I've come to notice about this topic and other videos that I have on my channel relating to this very topic is just how connected this all is. People often nowadays have such a strong sense of a superiority complex. We see it being played out time and time again. People with low emotional intelligence see someone, this someone can't do normal everyday things, and this other person feels like they are in a position of power because that person can do the things that the broken, mentally ill, mentally disordered person can't. It's only ever the weird people with the weird disorders and mental illnesses and disabilities who cop it the most. I guarantee you, if this girl talking about her anxiety was talking about how she has a little bit of butterflies and she didn't have a big septum ring in her nose, she would not have gotten the level of hate that she did. With all of that being said, I really appreciate your time here in Yappersville today. Let me know what you think about today's topic in the comments section below. And if there is anything that you would like me to discuss here on Drama Queen, email me at dramaqueensubmissions@gmail.com. Take care of yourselves, and most of all, love your fucking selves.
I fell off my roof, landed on my back. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's how my grandpa got a bad back. He fell off the roof while trying to fix it.